In my first church, I came into the church. I had an office that needed to be painted. One of the members came in and said, "Pastor, I'm going to paint your office for you." And I was so excited. He was going to paint my office. So I have a brand new, freshly painted office to move into in my first church experience. He came on a Monday. He worked all week. He meticulously painted the whole office. He told me on Wednesday, "Pastor, tomorrow I'm going to finish it up. You can move your books into the office and put them on the shelves." I got my books together and I sat them in front of the door on Wednesday night. The books were there. Thursday morning, he finished up. I was so excited. Friday morning, I was moving in my office. Thursday night, I went home. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call that the church was on fire. I got up, I went down to the church, and I stayed there for 4 hours and watched the firemen put the fire out. I went into the sanctuary, and that was not damaged, and laid on the pew. I slept there for a little while, and I woke up about 7 o'clock in the morning, went outside, and at that point, the news people were there. The local news had arrived. And they came to me, and they said to me, "Pastor, you've lost half of your church. The entire fellowship building, in particular your offices, have completely been destroyed. What are you going to do?" I had to think on my feet in that moment whether I was going to cry about what had been lost or whether I was going to focus on what was. And I realized in that moment that many of the members of the church were going to be listening to that broadcast. And I needed to encourage them, but I needed to encourage myself just as much. And so I said to the newsman who was there, "We are going to have church on Sunday. Right now, the most important thing that I have to do is prepare a message for God's people on Sunday morning. Because in spite of everything that we have lost, we still have each other. We didn't lose anybody in this fight. We lost material things, we'll get them all back. But what we have is our faith. And Sunday we'll come here and celebrate that." I could have focused on what was behind. I could have focused on what was lost or what was past. But I knew that in that moment, I had to focus on what was. What was. I had to walk away from what was behind and walk into what is.
Lord, you reign in victory. Jehovah Shire.